Have you ever wondered where your success truly comes from? Perhaps you've accomplished great things, overcome tremendous obstacles, and you're wondering, how did I do that? This question, simple yet profound, is what we're exploring today. We're delving into the notion of success, its true origins, and the role humility plays in it. You see, it's easy to attribute our triumphs to our own grit, determination, and hard work. And while these elements are undoubtedly crucial, could there be something more at play? Something beyond our individual efforts, beyond our strength and capabilities? We live in a world that often encourages self-reliance, self-promotion, and taking credit for our achievements. But what if the real key to success lies not in ourselves, but in acknowledging a higher power at work in our lives? Could it be that we owe our victories not to our own strength, but to a higher power? Consider the story of Moses and Aaron in the Bible, specifically in Numbers 20:10-12. It unfolds in the wilderness where the Israelites find themselves parched and desperate for water. God instructs Moses to speak to a rock, promising it would yield water. But Moses, in a moment of frustration, strikes the rock twice with his staff, and indeed, water flows out abundantly. This act, however, was more than just a miracle. It was a transgression. Moses and Aaron, in their frustration, had claimed this miracle as their own, telling the congregation, "Listen, you rebels, must we bring you water out of this rock?" In that moment, they took credit for the divine intervention that was the source of the miracle. They claimed a success that was not theirs to claim. God, witnessing this act, responded firmly. He declared to Moses and Aaron, "Because you did not trust in me enough to honor me as holy in the sight of the Israelites, you will not bring this community into the land I give them." This response was more than a punishment. It was a lesson that success, miracles, and achievements are not the result of human efforts alone, but the grace and power of God. This story is a stark reminder that when we find success, it's not ours alone. It's not the result of our efforts or our actions, but the manifestation of divine intervention. Moses and Aaron, despite their crucial roles in leading the Israelites, were not the ones who brought water from the rock. It was God working through them. And so, Moses and Aaron were denied the honor of leading their people into the promised land, a stark reminder of the consequences of failing to acknowledge God's role in our achievements. This story underlines the importance of humility, of recognizing that our successes are not solely our own, but the result of divine intervention and grace. This story teaches us some profound lessons. It's a stark reminder that the credit for our accomplishments doesn't belong to us, but to a higher power. The tale of Moses and Aaron highlights the importance of humility, of acknowledging that our achievements are not solely the result of our own efforts. When we start to believe that we're the sole architects of our success, we risk losing sight of the divine guidance that aids us. This story isn't just about Moses and Aaron, it's about all of us, recognizing that we're instruments of a greater purpose, not the sole orchestrators of daily lives. We must remember to welcome, to attribute our successes to the divine love we receive. This is a testament to our faith, not signs of weakness, but rather they are the true sources of our strength and success. Let's recap what we've learned today. We've delved into the story of Moses and Aaron, a tale that illustrates the significance of humility and the dangers of pride. Moses' action of striking the rock not once but twice was a moment where he took credit for God's work, a mistake that cost him dearly. The lesson here is clear. Our achievements are not solely the result of our own efforts, but rather, they are a manifestation of divine help. We've also underscored the importance of recognizing our own limitations and weaknesses. It's not about diminishing our value or worth, but about acknowledging that, without divine guidance, our efforts are futile. Our strength, our power, they stem from a source far greater than ourselves, God. This recognition paves the way for true success, a success that is not self-centered, but God-centered. Remember, our success comes not from our own efforts, but from the grace and power of God. Acknowledging this truth is the first step towards true success.